the secretary of the committee, Barrister Chuks Chuwamba.
Constituencies and try to reduce the number to the barest minimum, so that at the end of the day we have a successful rancor-free primary election.
Comrade Oladujoy explained that the party continues to increase in number due to the inclusiveness and transparency adopted by the governor in coordinating the affairs of the party, stressing that the high number of aspirants contesting on the platform of the party for the State Assembly is a testimony that the party is well accepted by the people of the state.
Those who collected their forms from Abuja and didn't pay the money that is expected to be paid to the coffers of the party at the state level, the screening committee has directed them to go and pay. You cannot attempt to reap from where you did not sow. If you want to contest on the platform of the party and there are prescribed fees, you don't pay at the federal level and refuses to pay at the state level. And that is part of what we are talking about, party discipline.
Assured that the party would continue to adopt its internal mechanism in addressing various issues that may arise after the election in order to maintain the oneness and unity being enjoyed by members of the party across the state. Elections enable voters to select leaders and hold them accountable for their performances in office. Hence, the need for citizens to choose wisely come 2023 general elections. This was the submission of the chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Solomon Adeola Olamilekun, during the election of delegates of the All Progressive Congress APC Ilaru Ward 1 Yewa South in support of his ticket for Ogun West Senatorial District Yewa Awori Zone. Adebola Oshomuji covered the exercise. Her report.
According to the Senate President Ahmed Lawan, it has become imperative for every statutory delegate to participate in the...
There is need for the outgoing political office holders to give an account of their stewardship in the past years. This necessitated a political engagement platform organized by the State Council of the Nigeria Labour Congress for political office holders to give account of their stewardship to labor movements and other stakeholders in the state. But there was no representation from the political office holders who were scheduled for the day. Expressing his disappointment at the non-response, the state chairman, NLC, Comrade Emmanuel Bankole, urged workers to play an integral role in the forthcoming elections.
Don't be dismayed by non-response culture that we have observed from our political office holders. And particularly, you see, when we are trying to change the system, when we are trying to effect change at any level, you must be prepared for this type of response, sacrifice that we need to make so that we can change the narrative of this country. If this country must change for good, all of us must be involved.
Chairman, Labour Political Committee, Comrade Adetola Balogun, expatiated on the changing narratives of workers.
We are looking at all that. How many workers who are in that sky? Those are the days when workers will sit at home watching television. The narrative has changed now.
The chairman also stated that despite the non-appearance of the political office holders, the Labour Union is not deterred and the struggle to maintain good governance continues. Aderunke Adeyemi, OGTV News.
The United States of America says it will impose visa restrictions on anyone who promotes violence as Nigeria holds its general elections in 2023. America's Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for Africa, Mr. Michael Gonzalez, handed out the warning at an international conference with the theme, United States Policy and Nigeria's National Decisions in the 2023 elections. The conference, which was held at the School of Advanced International Studies in Washington, D.C., virtually, brought together Nigerian and American policy communities to discuss issues around the 2023 general elections. Gonzalez said the United States government will continue to use messaging as well as other diplomatic channels at its disposal, including visa restrictions where warranted, to dissuade those who may be tempted to use violence to undermine Nigeria's democratic process. According to him, the U.S. government remains committed to working with Nigeria to uphold its conventions toward ensuring a peaceful power transition in 2023. In the second part of the news, Lagos State government bans commercial motorcycles in 6 local government areas. Join us for this and more after the break. TV News at 8. The current administration in Ogun State has in the last 3 years changed the face of the education sector by improving on major areas of the curriculum, proper management of human and material resources, and technological integration into teaching and learning process, amongst others. This was made known by the State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abeokuta, while featuring on New Dawn on OGTV. Professor Abeokuta confirmed that over 960 schools have so far received the attention of the current administration and the state under the Yellow Roof Revolution, thereby fostering a conducive learning environment. He revealed that the introduction of information technology has helped greatly in developing a curriculum compatible with current realities, easy registration and transfer of students within schools in the state, e-dose, and even checking of results.
Technology integration, that has to be gradual because we have to look at the state of things. What about internet? What about power? And some other facilities, tools to be used by teachers and so on.
Professor Arigbabo noted that teachers and principals were not left out as capacity building workshops and trainings were organized. The commissioner shed more light on the 42 flagship schools spread across the state, which, according to him, will be models of what secondary schools in the state will be in the nearest future.
Now, in Ogun State, we use the technology, we use computer to mark attendance. And the teachers will not have to be taking paper here and there. You just go online, log to the Oxera platform, that's the Ogun State Education Revitalization Agenda platform. The platform is an offshoot of the agenda that we are implementing in Ogun State in education to manage the entire education structure. So as I sit here, I can tell you everything about education in Ogun State from the platform.
So Arigbabo said all hands are still on deck by the current administration to uphold the pedigree of Ogun State, which is quality and excellence. Traditional rulers are a major point of reference to reckon with when it comes to local government administration, while communities rely on the soundness of the judgment, making it easier for them to work in partnership with local government to enhance peace and a secured environment. This came to fore in continuation of the study tour of Group 7 Senior Executive Course 44, National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru Jos, when they pay homage to Akaribu and paramount ruler of Remoland, Oba Babatunde Ajayi in Ogun State. Margaret Okunlola reports that the group, on their visit to other landmark legacy projects in the Gateway State, commended the initiatives of the current administration in the state. Her report.
These are participants of the Senior Executive Course 44 of the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru Jos, on their tour of strategic institutions as part of their research into ways by which policies and programs could be more effectively implemented in Nigeria. A courtesy visit was made to royal fathers across Remo land, under the leadership of the Akarigbo and paramount ruler of Remo land, Oba Babatunde Ajayi, who revealed the role of traditional rulers in local government administration.
Because of the enormity of work that we do and the kind of role we play, I think it's a disservice to traditional rulers if we don't have a constitutional backing for what we do.
The participants, led by the directing staff, Brigadier General Wowojo Timma Nasiru, visited Obafemi Owode local government, where the chairman of the local government was represented by his vice, Babatunde Olushesi, to welcome participants. The participants later moved to Ijebu-Ode local government, where the vice chairman, Dare Alebioshu, received the team on behalf of the chairman, where their last port of call was Ikenne local government, where the vice chairman, Honorable Bolanle Fakoya, welcomed the team. The vice chairman of the three local governments, after a warm welcome, laid out the challenges, benefits and nitty-gritty of local government administration. The visit afforded participants opportunity for first-hand interaction with officials and appointees in local government to study their policy framework and operational strategies, exploring the theme Strengthening Local Governance in Nigeria, Challenges, Options and Opportunities, with the guide of the Permanent Secretary, Bureau of Political and Administration, Office of the Governor, Mr. Kende Onosoya. Participants visited Prince Court Estate, Kobakwe, Ijebu-Ode Ekpe Expressway, Yemoji Natural Swimming Pool, and the Gateway City Gate, where they commended the state government for its strive at ensuring good governance and inclusiveness.
When you talk of strengthening local governance, we have seen a lot of good policies in Ogun State. We have seen a lot of initiative, especially in strengthening local governance. All the local governments we visited, the local government chairmen were relatively satisfied, and they have a lot of good vision for further development.
From all the sites we have been and from the briefings we have gotten, I think I can say that government is in action.
This is, I believe, a great progress for the state. It is an opportunity for internally generated revenue. And the governor has done incredibly well to have garnered the people to come together for such ventures to succeed in the state.
It really demonstrates a passion of peace, harmony and tranquility, and is showing a togetherness with the kind of nature of the greenness of this place I've seen. I'm quite impressed.
The strategic tour is the first of several field study trips to be undertaken by the participants for observation, focus group discussions, and interviews with relevant stakeholders in local governance. At the end of the course, participants are expected to present their recommendations and suggestions to President Muhammadu Buhari. Margaret Okunlola, OGTV News.
The people of Agoiwoye and its environs have pledged unflinching support to the Prince Dapo Abiodun-led administration for fixing Ilishon Agoiwoye Road. According to the Ibumawe of Agoiwoye, Oba Abdurazak Adeshino Adenugba, the road had been left uncompleted over 15 years ago. For Wora, Adesanwo reports that 9 kilometers of the road have been laid with asphalt, while the median casting has also reached an advanced stage. His report.
Another ray of hope beaming towards the agrarian people of Agoiwoye and its environs in Ogun State. This road could be best described as a ring road linking the west to the east. Observers say the road is another economic volcano whose time has come to erupt for the benefit of the people.
In fact, I was highly impressed when I got the place, I think about 3 days ago.
Oh, very glad indeed. We have to give thanks to our governor that has what do I call it, mission to do the role, despite all these years that has been abandoned.
Apart from the student population, the road on completion will serve well over 150 communities with more than 5 local governments in Ogun, Oyo, and Osun states.
It was a difficult terrain. But we have nothing less than 5 very big bridges, not culverts, not small bridges, long span bridges. It is, and the people there, they are basically farmers who need to bring their products to marketplaces. It's a great opportunity for people living around the Ijebu here to connect their neighborhood township. With all this, we give kudos to one and only our Saleh Ashifa.
The joy of the people of Agoiwoye knows no bounds as the fixing of the road advances.
To me, it is meaning to Agoiwoye and Ijebu environment and Oru Awa Ilapuru and others. Because for us, for Ijebu to take Ijebu down to Abeokuta is long journey. But from Ijebu down to Agoiwoye to Ilusha, very easy to link Abeokuta Road.
Oba Abdulrazak Adeshino Adenuga says the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, has to be commended for walking his talk.
And that's why I call him Saleh Ashifa. You don't need to be parading the road and be shouting that I'm doing this and that. No. Action. Anybody want to give the job to, he will just say this. The person he gave that Ekwe road to, the time they agreed with the road was completed. They moved to this place. And I'm expecting that what those contractors did in that road, definitely did. In a very short time, the road will be in the full usage.
The special advisor to the governor on works and infrastructure, Engineer Babatunde Adesina, says the government of Ogun State realized the importance of the road. The road is expected to be done in phases. The ongoing phase will be delivered by August this year. The project manager, Anthony Ehori, revealed behind camera. Adefowura Adesanwo, OGTV News.
Residents of Abeokuta have lauded the free medical outreach put together for them by the Abeokuta Health Zone nurses. The event, which took place in Chapon area of Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, was organized to sensitize and improve the health and well-being of the people in the communities within the zone. Our reporter, Shiyalao, reports.
As a way of giving back to residents of their immediate community, the Abeokuta Health Zone nurses held a free medical outreach. The outreach, which took place at Chapon area of Abeokuta, was aimed at improving the health and well-being of residents that make up the zone. The nurses educated participants on illnesses and disease prevention, safe health practices, and how to access healthcare services. Also, there were HIV, AIDS, and diabetes tests, checking of cholesterol levels, blood pressure, blood sugar levels, whilst items such as mosquito nets and condoms were distributed.
We are here to organize an outreach in form of corporate social responsibility to give back to the community, to create an awareness about their health and to offer them necessary medical advices.
We advise them on the severity of the condition, what the thing could cause their health, so as to refer them to appropriate quarters for proper treatment.
Speaking at the outreach, Head of Nursing Services, Abeokuta Health Zone, Mrs. Olubumi Odejide, said the outreach will be done from time to time.
We want to continue it at least twice in a year. This is the first one we are doing. And by the grace of God, in November we have another round.
Beneficiaries commended the Abeokuta Health Zone nurses for the initiative.
is a good program. If they can do it for us every month, we like it.
If you went to state hospital, you will wait, and some tests they do for free, you have to pay.
The nurses urged Nigerians to maintain proper hygiene, as it is one of the ways to win the battles against diseases. Sheyi Alao, OGTV News.
The Lagos State government on Wednesday banned commercial motorcycles, also known as Okada, from operating in 6 local government areas of the state. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu announced the ban during a meeting with police chiefs in the state, saying it is total and indefinite. The affected local councils are Ikeja, Surulere, Itosa, Lagos Mainland, Lagos Island, and Apapa. He said the move will be extended to other areas of the state within a short while. This is a phased ban, according to the governor. His administration is embarking on this period, and we expect that within the short while, when this ban will be enforced, Okada riders in other places where their activities are yet to be banned can find something else to do. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has struck out the amended 6-count treasonable felony charged the federal government preferred against the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Trial Justice Binta Nyako struck out the charge after it was withdrawn by the prosecution counsel, Mr. K. Kaswe, who is from the Federal Ministry of Justice, withdrew the charge after Kanu's team of lawyers led by Chief Mike Ozekome, federal government of deliberately frustrating the speedy determination of the case. Ozekome noted that the amended charge was served on him barely 48 hours to the court proceeding. He maintained that federal government introduced fresh issues in the amended charge, including additional documents and proof of evidence that was not originally attached to the case. He therefore said it was wrong for the prosecutor to insist on proceeding with trial without firstly rearraigning the defendant, owing to Ozekome's contention. Federal government's lawyer, Kaswe, applied to withdraw the amended charge to enable the matter to proceed on trial. The need for Nigerians to have a true understanding of the religious teachings as well as a true approach to religious diversity has again been brought to the fore. The Ogun State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, stated this at the International Conference on the Biography of Prophet Muhammad with the theme, Muhammad, an epitome of peace, unity, and compassion, put together by the Nusret Educational and Cultural Company Limited in collaboration with the Crescent University, Abeokuta. Tiwalade Faison was at the university for the conference and now reports.
The principle of Islam focuses on peace and unity. Islam emphasizes on peace communication with all Muslims and non-Muslims. It encourages its adherents to avoid war and violence in the society. According to the Muslim scholars at the Nusret International Conference held at Crescent University, Abeokuta, Governor Dapo Abiodun, represented by the Ogun State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, noted that the concept of peace, unity and compassion are the core ethics of Islamic Muslim teachings. He urged people to show compassion and kindness to themselves and allow love to serve as guiding principle in their daily lives.
Islam is a religion of peace, and if you understand Islam very well, you definitely know that if anybody does anything that is not peaceful, anything that is violent, then definitely that one doesn't represent Islam. It doesn't represent the Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If you know Muslims before understanding Islam or before being made a Muslim, you are likely to go astray because you'll be using them as your barometer to do whatever you do in Islam. So we don't have to look at what other people are doing. And when things are wrong, they are wrong.
In his address, the General Manager of Nusret Educational and Cultural Company Limited, Mr. Mohammed Emin, said the organization instituted the yearly conference since 2013 with participants drawn from within and outside Nigeria to contribute to the means of attaining societal peace and harmony.
Nusret Education and Cultural Company is company he do organize international conferences in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. The same thing we have education, we have school about educational, is conferences about cultural. We have guests from outside Nigeria, from Egypt, from Kyrgyzstan, from Azerbaijan, from Pakistan, from Ghana, from Benin.
The Vice Chancellor, Crescent University, Professor Ibrahim Bajabi Amila, represented by the Dean Student Affairs, Dr. Razaki Karim, said the topic was apt, especially as there were problems across the world, and that Islam provides sustainable model in addressing the challenges.
I want to believe that this kind of conference will be a kind of light to the minds of Muslims to change our perception about the way we think and to know more about how the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu lived, peacefully with the people.
Honorable Justice Abdul Latif Kamaldeen, the Grand Qadi of the Kwara State Sharia Court of Appeal, asked Muslims in Nigeria to act according to the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad. He said the best of Muslims are those who are best in conduct.
We have learned that one from the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So he propagated unity, harmonious environment, tranquility, and peace, and the unity between the Muslim and non-Muslims.
Highlights of the event were distributions of certificates to the participants and awards to the guest speakers. To Waladi Faison, OGTV News.
The Diocese of Remo Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion holds the third session of her 13th Synod with the theme, Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. According to a statement from the Diocesan Media and Communication Department, the Synod, which will hold from Thursday 19th to Sunday 22nd May 2022 at St. John's Anglican Church, Odelemon, Shagamu, Ogun State, will have the Diocesan Bishop, the Most Reverend Dr. Olushino Fakwe, as the president. We now bring you business news with Bukola Agbakiso. Join us again.
And 2 weeks to the presidential primaries of the political parties ahead of the 2023 elections, the US dollar has broken the 600 naira to $1 mark at the set the tone for a possible uptick in the coming days. The black market rate had traded between 570 naira to $1 and 590 naira to $1 since the beginning of the NAFEX, which is regarded as also warned of Bureau of Statistics (NBS) says the average retail price at 3.74% to the average return. By consumers in April. Banks' deposit and lending interest rates as revealed. The CBN data revealed that in 2016, the maximum lending rate was hovering around 26% and crossed the 31% mark in 2017. The drop involves a decline in lending rates to the real sector of the nation's economy and increasing deposit rates on bank customers' deposits. The data on banks' deposits and lending interest rates showed a 1.4 percentage point drop in the average maximum lending rate from 26.61% in March 2022 as against 27.65% in January 2022. Poor implementation of the patronage policy, high cost of production, high level of importation, smuggling, among other challenges. Manufacturers Association, the textile sector was attributable EEG claims and the inconsistencies in the implementation of ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme. NCMA President Folorunsho Daniel, while speaking on the state of the textile industry in Nigeria and its lack of competitive edge, noted that its membership had shrunk from 175 firms in 1985 to less than 20 in 2022. And that was Business News. Thanks so much for watching. Back to Iyabo for the rest of the bulletin.